Hey, what's up? Welcome to Molendijk Media. My name is John, and today I'm going to be showing you how to set up highly profitable Google Ads for your business. This strategy works for both e-commerce and lead generation, so if you're trying to get clients or customers for your business, this video is going to be for you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this video into two parts. First, we're going to have the actual keyword search and keyword structure, and then I'm going to go into the actual ad structure so you can see how we're going to implement the keywords that we've found into different ad groups and into different ad structures. All right, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is go into the keyword planner, and we do this by clicking on tools and clicking into the keyword planner. Now, once we get to this page, what we want to do is go into discover new keywords. Then once we get into here, what you can do is you can either find a website that's offering the same service or the same product as you, but typically that's only going to work if you're offering a specific service. So let's just get a little bit more specific by actually putting in different keywords. So what you want to do is put in keywords that are product or niche specific, and this is the exact same for products or services. And then what you want to do is you want to select the target location where all the keywords are going to collect their data from. So if you're going and you're targeting an entire country, of course, put that in. But if you're only targeting a specific city, make sure you put that city in, because the keyword data that we're going to pull will be specific for the target location that you put in at this point. So what we would do is we would go ahead for a product. I'd say let's put all of the United States in there, and we'll go ahead and target that and click save. Now, once we have that all input, you're going to want to go ahead and click Get Results. Then what Keyword Planner is going to do is it's going to pull together all these keywords and give you all the different monthly search volumes for each of them. But what we want to do is we want to create keyword groups that we're going to set up our ad groups based off of. So let's go like this and let's close that out. And then let's go over here where you can see it says keyword view. We're going to go ahead and click grouped view. Now we got grouped views of all the different keywords that we could use. And this is how we're going to go through and set up our different ad groups. So we have this one right here, and you can see it has all these different keywords in here. And then we have several different group views coming through. So now let's go over here where we're going to actually set up the ads using these keywords that we found. So we'll go ahead and click create a campaign without goals guidance. And then we're going to go ahead and click search campaign. Then down here, we would have submit lead form, so lead generation conversion action, or of course, if you're doing e-commerce, you have a sales conversion objective. So go ahead and input that, and then we'll click continue. Then down here, you can go ahead and name your campaign. So I'm just going to make this test, and then we'll go ahead and click continue. Now, once you get into here, when you go to focus, you're going to want to pick what you want to focus on. This could be conversions or clicks. It really depends on how you actually want to structure your campaign. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and click on conversions, and then we'll go ahead and we'll set a target cost per action of $5. Then we'll go ahead and click next. In here, you'll have two different options. We have display network and search network. Let's get rid of display network and just leave the search network. And then for the target location, based on our keywords, this is where you're going to implement the exact same information. So if you were targeting one specific city, make sure that's the specific city you put in at this point. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we put in the United States, because that's what we just got all the keyword data for. Now, once that's input, go ahead and make sure you put presence people in or regularly in your target location, and then this one as the excluded. And then we'll go ahead and leave that as English because it's just an English country. Down here, you'll have more settings about ad rotation, start date. Ad rotation, let's leave it as optimized for preferred just from the start. You can always play around with this in the campaign later on once you have a bit more information. So we'll go ahead and click next. Now we're actually coming to the ad group section. So this is where we're going to go ahead and name the ad group and input the keywords that we've found. So let's go back over here to the keyword planner and see what we got. So let's say we're doing a product that was hair extensions. So let's go ahead and take this, which is hair extensions clips, and we're going to go and name the ad group exactly what that is. So hair extension clips. And then down here for the keywords, we're going to go into this group and we're going to take all these different keywords and we're going to implement them into this ad group. Now, once we got all the keywords from that group right here on the keyword planner implemented into our ad group, what we want to do is add these little marks on either side to ensure that we're doing phrase match targeting for each keyword. I've done a lot of testing and I just find that phrase match targeting tends to work the best from the start. So this is the one that I'll typically use on brand new campaigns. So now that we got that all set up, let's get into the actual ad design. So for the final URL, of course, that would be your product page or your lead page, whichever one you're going with. And then for the display path, you can put the product group, you could put the product name. It really comes down to your own personal preference. So I'm just going to put curling iron because that's the product we're going with. And then down here for the headlines. Now, this is where you really want to add as much information as you possibly can. This is where you're going to let Google go through and optimize your listing as best as possible. And the only way that it can do that is with more information. So let's go ahead and let's put a bunch of information in here, ideally trying to use some of these keywords that we have and we're targeting. Okay, so as we come through, you can see here, I added a bunch of different keywords. I was also able to include a bunch of the different keywords that we're actually targeting within this ad group. And as you can see, our ad strength is good. It's not quite there. We could probably add a little bit more to this to beef it up, but you can see we got a bunch coming through. Now, if you do want to have certain ones of these guaranteed appear, of course, you can go ahead and pin it. Like let's say we have this special offer running and we want that always showing in position 2. We can go ahead and we can pin that. And then that way it will rotate on all the other positions and make sure that position 2 always has that discount offer. But generally what I recommend is you just don't pin that, just let it move all around. Google will find the one that's best. You just need to be patient with these campaigns and let them run and let Google do its thing. So now that we've given Google all these different options, we've also added a couple different options for the descriptions. We can then come down here and you'll have this section where you can add images and site links. Now, images and site links are awesome for both products and services because it gives a visual representation of exactly what you're offering. So typically what I recommend you do is if you're offering a service, put some type of a lifestyle image that shows what the service is all about. If you're offering a product, try to put a product image showing exactly what the product is. Think of it like a little preview before the customer clicks on your ad. Then down here we have site links. Now, site links are something you're going to want to add in, ideally highlighting more keywords if possible, and these can redirect to different product group pages. These can redirect to different informational pages for your lead generation. It really comes down to what kind of pages you have. The only thing about site links is they can't be the same page that you're directly linking people to in your ad group up here at this section right here. So just make sure you keep that in mind. Implement everything you have right in here, and then let's continue down here and we have more asset types. Now you can add any of these asset types, and generally when it comes to lead generation, you're going to want to include quite a few of these. When it comes to actual product promotions, you'll probably want to use promotions. If you're really confident, you can add in the price. That's definitely a great option as well. But typically those are the only two you're going to use for products. For lead generation, you'll probably use calls, call outs, and then even lead forms if you want to do everything directly in the ad. So once you have that all set up, go ahead and click done. And then you'll get a little preview of your ad and you'll see the entire ad groups all set up. And then we'll go ahead and we'll click on next right here. Now, setting your average daily budget for the campaign, of course, this comes down to personal preference, but we'll just put a number in there and click next. And then you get to the final review of your ad and you'll see that we're doing dynamic search ads. We have 5 keywords in the ad group and 1 ad altogether. And then you'd go ahead and click publish campaign. Now what you would do is you would take all these different keyword groups and you'd create different ad groups for each keyword group, doing the exact same structure again and again and again until you have a good amount of these different keyword groups that you're targeting for either your product or your service. All right, so I hope this helped you with your business. If it did, could you help me out by liking this video and subscribing to the channel for all future business, advertising, and media buying tactics that I'm going to be sharing?